Alright guys, so we've got a 2012 Jeep Patriot. It's got about 126,000 miles. The owner says there's a noise coming from under the dash and they can't figure it out. I've figured it out. I'm going to show you what it is and tell you what we're going to have to do to fix it. It is going to require a part, and the vehicle's on right now, but the blower is off. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the blower on to the lowest setting. I'm going to put it in the fresh air mode. Do you hear that clicking? Let's go to Recirc. Fresh air. Recirc. So when it's in the fresh air mode and the actuator's got the door all the way into the fresh air position, usually what it is inside the actuator, the gears are stripped and it's trying to drive, you know, the stepper motor is still trying to drive, and it's skipping on those gears. So anyway, we're going to dig into behind the glove box here and see where that actuator's at, and we're going to replace the Recirc actuator. Now, you can get this clicking on the mode actuator. The mode is all these different settings right here. You've got an actuator that turns and allows you to have either all the air going into your face and the floor, just the floor, defrost, which is up on the windshield and the floor, or just defrost alone, or your blend air door, which is this one here, which is either your cold or hot or anywhere in between. So you've got 3 doors, 3 actuators. Of course, the one that we're having the problem with is the Recirc actuator. And again, let's go ahead and go to the Recirc position, and then we'll go back to the fresh air. And whenever it gets all the way to that position, it clicks like that. So anyway, this let me get the camera set up so that you can kind of see what I'm going to have to do to get access to this actuator, and then we'll make it happen. Alright guys, I've got the glove box open, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to push in on both sides and kind of pull this box down a little bit. And if you look right here, there's a little slot, and that is that's the little retract cable. Hopefully you can see that. I was able to just pull it down and get that out of my way. And I think, I don't know if I can pull this glove box out the way they've got it designed. This is also how you get to your filter. In fact, while we're here, let's go ahead and take a look at that. Here's where your filter is. Looks like they could use a new one. Do them a favor and kind of shake it out. I'll recommend to them put a new one in. Make sure you put it, you can see the airflow arrows. Make sure your arrows are going the right way. And the actuator is right back here. So here's the new one. So it looks like we've got three screws that we've got to get to. Got a connector. Wow, just a 2-pin connector. Usually they're 4. The tricky part looks to me like I'm going to have to kind of be right here in the middle of the glove box area, which is going to be in your way. But I can at least show you what the where the unit is. Right in front of that white retract mechanism, you can see the wires down below going to a connector. And then right behind the white deal there is where that actuator's at. In fact, let me go ahead. We'll make it click. And you can see the door up top there. Door's closed. Door's open. Door's closing. When it's closed, it's actually open to the fresh air, closed to the recirculation. But it doesn't like to be in that position. And like I say, I'm going to have to kind of be a... I'm going to have to get to that. I'm just going to have to reach back there, feel my way, figure out what kind of screws we're going to have on it, and then reach back there and get, I believe, 3 screws out, judging by the look of that one. So let me kind of figure this out. Okay, I went ahead and snapped the glove box off. It's held on with just these clips, and then you've got a center one here that goes right here. So that came off relatively easy. And then now I'm about to get in there. I'm going to use a mirror to figure out what kind of hardware is holding that on, and then I'm going to reach in there and start unscrewing it. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to film the, you know, me reaching in there. It's just too tight, but you get the idea. So let me figure it out. Alright guys, so I took this lower cover off. I didn't think it really gave me a whole lot, but it looks like it might. It just was held on with 2 of these little plastic Christmas trees. And now you can see pretty good. You can see the, whoop, hold on. You can see the actuator, I think. So basically what I'm going to have to do is just reach up there and unscrew them. I'm going to try to use this little stubby Phillips. So let me see what kind of luck I have. Alright guys, so I reached up from the bottom and I took that lower screw out of the retract cable mechanism, and it just pivoted up out of the way. You can see I just twisted it right up out of the way. Kind of exposed it a little bit more so you can kind of see, you know, what I'm looking at. And so now I'm just going to reach up and get on those 3 screws and get that thing out of there. And it sits in there like this. So this is the unit right here, and it's sitting in there like that. So the connector's on the bottom. You've got a screw there, and then you got the 2 back ones, which you can't really see, but I should be able to get on them and get them out of there. So let me figure out what the easiest way is going to be to do that. I might be able to get my cordless ratchet up there. So let's see. Alright guys, literally about 1 minute later I got 1 screw out, and so what the dumbasses did was just put regular Phillips screws in it. Would have been nice if it was a Phillips / hex, you know, if it was like an 8mm or you know, some kind of a hex screw, kind of like this. This is the screw that came out of the retract mechanism. See how that's a hex? So you can get a socket on it, but it's also a Phillips, so you at least have an option. These should be similar to these. That way you could actually reach up there with a little ratchet and a socket and get a better bite on it. But it wasn't too bad. Like I say, it literally took 60 seconds for me to reach up there and get it out of there, and I just used my screwdriver here. So I'm going to reach up and to do the same thing to the two back ones. And you can kind of get a pretty good little picture of it now. I moved that little, the cable, or I think that's the antenna coax is what that black little tube looking thing is. And then I've got the connector disconnected from it. So now there's just two screws holding it. They're in the back. This is all by feel. You can't really see it. So there's not really a whole lot to show you. I don't know if I could hold the camera right here, but I'm coming up like this. I am on a screw. There might only be two screws holding this. I don't know. Got it out. Okay, there is just two screws holding this in. There was this one, and this one. This one must just be an alignment stud sticking out. Again, you can't see it. You just kind of gotta feel. What I'm going to do, let's take a look and see where this new one is sitting. Okay, it's sitting at the same spot. See the little arrow on it, the little line, and where the flat or flatter little spline shaft is. You know, you've got a missing spline right there. That's where this one's sitting at right there. So it wants to go back. When you turn the vehicle off, it goes back to a default position, which looks like is in the recirc position, the recirculation. So I should be able to stab this in no problem, and then put those two screws in, and then get this thing connected back up. Hopefully you can kind of see that, because I can't. This is the top screw. It just fell right into place. Okay, so there's one screw. Now I've just got to get the last one in. I've got it started. I've just got to reach up there and get on it and get after it. Okay. Get the connector plugged in. Can't see nothing. That it? That's it. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, door's open. I guess it'd help if I turn the key all the way on. Door's closed. Actually, that's open to the recirc position. Go the other way. Nice and quiet, does not click anymore. Anyway, that's about it. Just to kind of show you what I did here. Just got to put that screw in there, and then that'll be back in its position, and then put the glove box back in. And that's pretty much it. Anyway, 2012 Patriot, Jeep Patriot, with a bad recirc door actuator. And usually if I was to take this apart, what I'd probably find was the plastic gears in it stripped out. Anyway, let me get this thing back together.